in Des Plaines, Illinois, near Chicago, a man who served time in prison for sex crimes was let out. Today, they found the bodies of at least 3 young boys buried under his house. He is charged with murder. Here's Jim Cummings.
On December 21st, 1978, serial killer and rapist John Wayne Gacy was arrested after being investigated by the Des Plaines police about the disappearance of a 15-year-old Robert Jerome Pice, and evidence was later found that placed Gacy as the murderer.
Born on March 17, 1942, Gacy had a rough childhood with a physically and verbally abusive father, not only to him but also Gacy's mother, being molested by a family member and being bullied at school. Some could say they see how his past played into a key factor into how he turned out in the future.
Patrick Dowdy was one of the surviving victims of Gacy. At only 9 years old, Dowdy explains what happened that day in January in 1972.
Store. And this particular day, after we got done eating our candy, we decided to play hide and go seek in the store. And I was chosen to be the first seeker. And they went off hiding. A few minutes after looking for them, I had to use the restroom. And I went up to the men's room and went into a stall and went to the bathroom. I heard one other person in the bathroom, and I heard him get up and he went to the bathroom door, which I thought he had left. When I finished going to the bathroom, I came out and washed my hands and then noticed he was at the door. As I approached the door, he locked the door inside and he grabbed me with his hand by my mouth and he turned me around and he put a knife next to my neck. And he told me that he wanted me to follow him out to the parking lot and to get into his car with me. At this point, I was hysterical. I was crying and I was screaming and I was kicking. Even though he had a knife next to my neck, I wanted to get away. At this point, he knew he couldn't get me out of the store. So he had already locked the door. He threw me to the ground, took my clothes off, and raped me.
After the convicted murder of Pice, Gacy drove to his lawyer's office to discuss the civil suit. But instead, Gacy picked up a magazine and pointed to the article on the missing Robert Pice and said, "This boy is dead. He's in the river." Over the course of the rest of the day and throughout the morning, Gacy confessed about his murders and how some of the bodies were in the crawl space of his home, others in the Des Plaines River. Some victims he referred to by their names, others by demeaning occupations such as male prostitutes or liars. After police searched his home and confirmed the human remains in his crawl space, he was arrested and found guilty of committing 33 murders and sentenced to death row, and to serve 12 death sentences and 21 natural life sentences. On the morning of May 9, 1994, Gacy was transferred from the Menard Correctional Center to Stateville Correctional Center in Crest Hill and was executed by lethal injection.